Namaste everyone, this is Sonal, and with me there is Meenakshi, my dear Meenakshi. She is expecting and she is in her third trimester. So today we are going to go for prenatal yoga sequence, but before we start, I actually want to let you know one very important thing, that if you are in your first trimester, please do not follow this video. Because I do not want anyone who is in the first trimester to do any kind of stretching, because the baby is very small, so I don't want to take any risk. You need to take permission from the doctor before you start any of the physical exercise. So this is my request, that if you are in the first trimester, please do not follow the sequence. And if you are in the second trimester and you have taken the permission of the doctor, you're most welcome to follow this. On this note, let's start with the prenatal yoga. I would ask you to put your hands on the knees, roll the shoulder blades back, and let your eyes stay closed. We're going to stay here for 5 deep breaths, and make sure your exhale is longer than inhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, inhale, exhale. 1 last, inhale, exhale. I want you to keep your eyes closed, and we are going to move into the Kegel exercise, where with the inhale, I want you to squeeze the pelvic muscles. Pelvic muscles are those muscles when you try to pass urine, and when you try to stop the urine, the muscles engaged are pelvic muscles. So with the inhale, you squeeze the pelvic muscle. With the exhale, you gently release the pelvic muscles. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. With few blinks, we open the eyes. And as me and Meenakshi, we are sitting on the block, so I'm removing the block. So if you do not have block at home, you can put the folded hand towel under the sit bones, and this will help you to feel more relaxed. From here, I'm going to put my left palm on the mat. I'm simply going to take my right arm over the ear. Both the sit bones are on the mat. My gaze up towards the ceiling, but I want you to not look up and just find your comfortable space. You can either look towards the front or up, or you can keep your eyes closed and maintain this position. Keeping the right ribcage lifted, we just maintain. We stay here for 5. We stay here for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then I slowly come back to the center and I put my right palm down and take the left arm over the ear. This time my left rib cage is lifted. Perfect, very nice. We stay. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And then I come back to the center. I'll go for a very short flow. I put my left palm down. I take my right arm over. With a smile. We put the right palm down and take the left arm over. Is Meenakshi tensed? And we put the left palm down. We take the right arm over. And right palm down. We take the left arm over. Just 3 more like this. Left palm down, right arm over, and right palm down, left arm over. 2 more. Left palm down, right arm over, and right palm down, left arm over. 1 last. Left palm down, right arm over, and right palm down, left arm over. And then I come back to the center. I face towards my right, and my feet are slightly towards the front. My palms on the mat. I go for bending my knees, but make sure I do not compress the belly, since I imagine that I have baby, so I am not going to compress the belly, and I'm simply going to lift my hips up. I do not want you to drop your head, just keep looking up or look towards the belly. And then bring the sit bones down. Can we do it 4 more times? And we lift the sit bones up. And then we bring the sit bones down. 3 more times. Lift the sit bones up. And then bring the sit bones down. 2 more times. Lift the sit bones up. And then bring it down. 1 last time. Lift it up. And then bring it down, and we're going to try 1 last time. We lift it up and we just stay for 5. Keep breathing. For 4, for 3, for 2, and slowly bring the sit bones down on the mat. Very nice. So from this position we simply cross the legs and we come into the tabletop position. But my tabletop will be, my knees will be little wide apart. Yes. So I'm going to bring my toes little together. Yes. So inhale, I'm going to create a little arch in my back. I'm going to look up. And with the exhale, I will rest my sit bones over the heels. And I make sure, since if you have belly and if you're in 3rd trimester like Meenakshi, make sure the belly doesn't touch the mat. Do not compress anything. Your knees shouldn't be together. Your knees has to be apart like her, like me. If you want to get the clear picture, my knee position is apart. So it shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be this. It has to be apart. So I extend my arms to the front. Keeping my elbows down, I'm not compressing my belly. And again, I lift myself up into the tabletop position. Inhale to cow, looking up. And exhale, hips over the heels into the child pose. You can modify your child pose, making sure your belly doesn't compress. Pressing the palms, inhale to cow. And exhale, my hips over the heels, bringing my elbows down. We're going to do it 4 more times. Inhale to cow, very nice. Exhale, pushing the hips over the heels, resting into the child pose, very nice. So she is nicely rounding her spine, and she should round her spine only this much, not too much. It is good enough. And then inhale to cow. Exhale, push the hips over the heels and into the child pose. Just 2 more times. Inhale to cow. And exhale, hips over the heels into the child pose. One last time. Inhale to cow. And exhale to push the hips over the heels, and I want you to relax. I want her to relax, relax. If her head doesn't touch down, though I know it can touch down, but she is not pushing herself too much. And if she wants, she can put her head on the towel. She can put her head on the towel or on the block, so she can rest her head on the block like this and maintain this position. We just stay. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, and I want her to lift up. So I want her to lift. Now pressing the palms on the mat, my knees are still apart. Pressing the palms on the mat, I step my right foot to the right side. So there is nothing that is compressing my belly. My right foot is to the right side. If you want to take the correct picture, since you would not be able to look if I'm into that position, if this is my right foot is to the right side, and I'm bringing my palms down. Right foot to the right, bringing the palms down. My knee over the ankle. So check your alignment, knee over the ankle. And your hips, if your hips are pushed back, try to push the hips down. Now, she can choose to bring her elbows down, or if you find this is too much, you can stay on your palms. Perfect. So make sure your right foot is not like this. So again, you would be compressing the belly. Your right foot has to be to the right side. Nothing should compress the belly. Sink your hips down, knee over the ankle. Put your palms on the mat. So here we are, right foot to the right. Here I'm not sinking my hips down, so I sink my hips down, bringing my palms down, coming onto the elbows or staying on the palms. You can choose to lift the back knee off, and we maintain this position. We just stay. Last 8. Last 7. Anytime she feels tired, she can put her knee down. Last 6. You okay, Meenakshi? Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And I want her to put her knee down and come on to her palms. Perfect. So she is here. Now from here, I would ask her to try dropping the right knee to the right. Now, I don't want you that if you drop your right knee to the right and you fall down like this. This is a very risky thing. So what I want you is turn your knee to the side. Turn your knee to the side and you should be able to see the right sole of the foot. So if you want to see it from here, my right foot is front. I simply turn my right knee to the side so I'm able to see the right sole of the foot. And from here, I put my right palm. So put your left hand on the mat and right hand on the right knee. So left hand on the mat, right hand on the right knee and push the right knee. Yes. And I want you to maintain this position. So if you look at from here, we are into this position. So this is an open-ended twist where I'm not compressing my belly. The baby is safe. We have lot of space and we twist. Open-ended twists are good in prenatal yoga. So we push the right knee and we maintain. We stay. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And then I would ask her to flatten the right foot. And I want her to use 2 blocks to her side. So take your own time, no hurry. If you are at home and you don't have blocks, so we have books, so you can have books of the same size and use the books to your side like this. Now from here, I would ask you to shift your left knee back. So we are sinking the hips down. I shift my left knee back. My right knee is over the right ankle and I'm pushing my hips down. So if you are into this position, push your hips down. This will help up to open up the hip joints and avoid rounding of the spine. Instead, let your spine lengthen. Relax your shoulders and put your palms on the block. If you look at from here, nothing is compressing my belly. I am not into this position. I'm keeping my right foot to the right, palms on the block. I'm sinking my hips down. I have lot of space for the baby and I just maintain this position. And we just stay. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. So from this position, I would ask her to push her hips back. Straighten the right leg. Your toes needs to be pointing up. Now what to avoid? Avoid this position where your hips are coming closer to the heels. Instead, your hips has to be over your left knee. Now, palms on the block. I'm not going to ask you to fold more because some people, they have the aim to bring more and more closer to the right leg. So your belly shouldn't be compressed. So put your palms on the block and simply straighten your right leg. Toes pointing up and you're getting a good hamstring stretch. A little bend of the elbows is welcome, but do not go too down. And we just stay. So her belly is not compressing. She has intentionally kept her right leg to the right and she has maintained the alignment properly. We stay. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4. Just enjoy your practice with a smile. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, and then I want her to let her right knee come down. So she has put knee pad under her knees. If you do not have knee pad, it's completely fine. You can put the folded hand towel under your knees and it would be a lot comfort for your knees. So we're going to switch the leg now. So I'm going to step blocks to the side. I'm going to step my left foot and I make sure I create space for the belly. So left foot is to the left. I sink my hips down. I bring my palms on the mat. Option to stay here, or if you can go on your elbows. Now do not think that if somebody is doing it on the elbows, so you need to do it on the elbows. So just relax, accept what your body wants at that moment and just stay. If you can stay on your palms, sometimes I prefer to stay on my palms rather than on my elbows, so you can decide. And we maintain. Last 8. You can anytime increase intensity. How? Lifting the right knee. Last 7. This is a good stretch. That's why I am pushing her to lift. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, and we bring the right knee down. We come on to our palms. Slowly take your time, no hurry. And then from this position, I'm going to let my left knee turn to the left side, but as I said, do not lean more onto the left, else the chances are you to fall onto your left. Just turn your left knee to the left. You should be able to see the right sole of the foot, left sole of the foot. Right palm on the mat. With your left palm, push the left knee. Twist to your left. It's an open-ended twist. Always welcome. And we twist to the left. We stay. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. 5. 4. 3. 2, and for 1, and I come back to the center and I want her to lift, find her own comfort and just lift and reach out to the blocks. So my left foot is still to the left side. I have enough space for the baby, and then I sink my hips down, left knee over the left ankle, palms on the block. Keep sinking the hips down and just relax your shoulders. Do not tense it up. Just relax and stay. And we maintain. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And I push my hips back, straighten my left leg, left foot toes are pointing up, and I slightly bend my elbows, not too much, just slightly bend the elbows and maintain. We stay. Last 8. hips over the right knee. Last 7, perfect. Last 6, last 5, last 4, 3, 2, and we bring the knee down. Take your time, knees apart, and we are going to rest in child pose. You can modify your child pose without compressing the belly, knees are apart. From the child pose, we are going to lift ourselves up again. And I am going to face towards the side. Yes. I will extend my left leg to the left side. My left leg to the left side. Take your time. Yeah. So we may keep a block or book to our side for support. So I am into this position. My hip is over the right knee. And from here, I put my right palm on the block or on the mat. So avoid the lifted position. You can put it this way. So, right palm on the block, keep the hips forward. And you can, if you want to flatten your left foot, flatten it up. And try taking your left arm over. Yes, create a lot of space for the baby inside. Just stretch, relax, and maintain the position. Very good. We stay in this position. Connect with the breath. Do not forget to breathe. Do not hold your breath. It is very important. And if possible, Ujjayi breathing. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, constrict the throat, create the sound from epiglottis, sounds like wave. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And then I slowly with control lift yourself up. Take your own sweet time. And then you bring your left knee down. And we are going to shift the block position to the left side. I extend my right leg to the right. Now look about the alignment first. Your hip over the left knee. And then you bring your palm down on the block. Flatten your right foot for support. And then take your right arm over. Yes, taking the right arm over. And we just stay. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. Very good. I can hear her Ujjayi breathing. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And then I slowly take my time. I lift myself up. And again I put my knees down. I want her to have sip of water before she goes further. So if you are skipping water, I would ask you to have sip of water. It is very effective. Always hydrate yourself. Nobody should instruct you to have water. And then from there, I would ask her to slowly stand tall. Not in a hurry, just stand tall. Yes. Now, my feet are together, my hands are on the waist. I'm going to step my left leg to the left side. I'm going to turn my left foot toes 90. Now shifting my right foot back. Now the way to shift is this. Do not do this. The chances are you may go here and there. Your balance may go here and there. And then from there, make sure it's okay. Heels should be in line. But if you find it too much discomfortable in keeping the heels in line, find your comfort spot first. And then from there, bend your left knee. And then from there, extend the arms parallel to the floor, palms facing down, and your gaze is towards the left fingertip. Make sure you're not leaning front. You are into warrior two position. Just enjoy the stretch. We're going to stay. Ujjayi breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and I want her to straighten the right leg. Relax. And again we bend the left knee. Bend the left knee. And then we put the right hand on the right leg. We reverse our warrior, taking the left arm over. She can choose to look either towards the front or up, but sometimes people feel giddy looking up. So her left arm is nicely over, left rib cage stretch, keeping the left knee bent. We stay. Last 8. Last 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then I slowly come back to the center. I put my left elbow on the left thigh. I try pushing left knee slightly out, but I make sure that I don't lose my balance. And then I take my right arm over the ear. Right rib cage lifted, and we look either towards the front or anywhere, but I would advise you not to look up. Some may feel giddy, so we avoid that position. We stay. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And I would ask you to first look down and then slowly release the position. And then we turn the left foot toes in. We turn the right foot toes 90. My heels are still in line. My arms are again parallel to the floor. And I start bending my right knee, but I make sure I do not lean more towards the right. Spine lengthen, gaze towards the right fingertip. Into the warrior two. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then I want her to straighten the right leg, to relax, and then again bend the right knee. We reverse the warrior, putting our left palm on the left leg, right arm reaches over. Right knee still bending, and I want her to look towards the front. We stay. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And then I want her to come back to the center, relax, straighten the right leg. And again, bend the right knee, place your right elbow on the right thigh. Take your left arm over the ear. Left rib cage, lift it, and we maintain. Last 8, you are into extended side angle. Last 7. Last 6. Last 5. Lifting the left rib cage a little more. Last 4, very nice. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, and then we slowly come back to the center. And we turn our toes in. Hands on the waist. And we are going to put 2 blocks towards the front, so I will just... So if you do not have block, you can keep the books. As I said, you can keep the books. So I put 2 blocks, imagining that I'm carrying the baby. So hands on the waist, inhale to lengthen, exhale. We make sure we fold from the hip joints, keeping the legs straight. I put my palms on the block. Yes. Just breathe in, breathe out here for a few deep breaths before we go further. Three more deep breaths here. 2 more. 1 last. From here, I let my left palm stay on the block and I start lifting my right arm up. Left palm on the block, right arm up. Again, it's an open-ended twist. Open-ended twists are always welcome. And we stay. Connect with the breath. Just 3 more deep breaths here. 2 more. 1 more. And then we come back to the center. We put both the palms on the block. From here, right palm stays on the block. Start lifting your left arm up. And we maintain. Keeping the knees locked. Yes, very good. Three more deep breaths here. 2 more. 1 last. And then we put the palms on the block and I maintain this position. From here, I again go for the same position. My left palm again on the block. I lift my right arm up. I will simply modify it by bending my right elbow, taking my arm behind and reaching it to my left thigh. So bending the right elbow, right hand reaches back and grab your left thigh. If your hands doesn't reach to the left thigh, it is fine. That's absolutely fine. Right shoulder more up. We stay. Very good. Three more deep breaths here. 2 more. One more. And then we bring the right palm down. Take your own sweet time. And then with the next breath, we let our right palm down. Left arm reaches up. Bend your left elbow. Grab your right thigh. Very good. And we stay. Three more deep breaths here. Two more. One more. And then we slowly bring the palms on the block and we stand tall. Now my hands are on the waist. I try turning my toes out. No, both the toes out. My heels are in. Yes, both the toes out, my heels are in. Now I do not want you to exactly turn your toes out because the chances will be that your balance may got here and there. So a little in so that you are nicely balanced, and then from there we bend our knees, we squat down, make sure you find your own balance, and then we stand tall. I take my feet slightly more away, but yours is absolutely fine, Meenakshi. And then we bend our knees, we sink the hips down. So stay more down rather than coming up, and then we come up. Just 8 more like this. Bend. And we lift up. Breathing. 7 more. Bend. Inhale to lift. 6 more. Exhale. Inhale to lift. 5 more. Bend. And lift. 4 last. Bend. And lift. So we are doing modification of the goddess pose. 3 more. Bend. And lift. 2 more. Bend. And lift. 1 last. Bend. And I put my palms on the block. Keeping the knees bent, toes still out. We just stay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and with control and balance we stand tall and we bring the feet together. Relax. You okay? Have a sip of water if you need to. So keep hydrating yourself. It's not important that you drink entire glass of water. A sip is also fine. She don't need it now. She gave me a hint. And then from there, I again let my feet go apart. And she turned her left foot toes out, right foot toes in. We're going to move into Trikonasana. My arms goes parallel to the floor. Inhale, take a deep breath, and you start extending your left arm to the front without bending your left knee. And simply put your left fingertips on the left shin. Right arm reaches up and do not look up. Just look front. She can modify it by placing the palm over the block. This will give her the good support. Yes. Or over the book if you do not have blocks at home, and we just maintain. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4, last 3, last 2, and And we are simply going to stay in the same position. We simply take our right arm over the ear. Perfect. Right arm goes over the ear and our right rib cage still lifted. We stay. Very good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly find your balance, look down and then slowly come up. Very good. You okay? All right. We turn our left foot toes in, right foot toes turn 90, arms goes parallel to the floor, and we start extending the right fingertips to the right side, placing the right fingertips on the right shin, left arm reaches up. Perfect. And we just stay. Last 8, last 7, last 6. I can hear her Ujjayi breathing, that's very important. Last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, and we try simply taking the arm over the ear. Very nice. Creating more space for the baby inside, and you just maintain. So we are maintaining 1 meter distance and we stay. See, this brings smile on our face, so I should speak such things. Last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. So first you look down and then you slowly lift yourself up. Very nice. And then we bring the feet together. All right. So I want her to go for the tree pose. So I want her to go a little near to the wall, a little near to the wall. Yes, like this. I have intentionally asked her to go near the wall and put one palm on the wall. Bend the right knee and place the right foot on the left thigh. Pull the right knee in and let the hands go near the heart center, or keep your one palm on the wall, one hand near the heart center for the support. If you are quite balanced, just stay. Perfect. And we just stay. Last 8, last 7, yes, anytime she can use the wall. Last 6, last 5, last 4, imagining that I'm carrying the baby. Last 3, last 2, Meenakshi, can we try? Last 1, and then release. So we turn the other side. Right palm on the wall, bend your left knee. Grab the left ankle, place the left foot over the right thigh. Pull the left knee in, very good. Left hand near the heart center, and anytime when you feel balance, put your right hand to the left. Yes, and we maintain. Last 8, last 7, last 6, last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, Last one. First, find a support. Release the left leg. Very good. And we come down onto our mat. Relax. Take your time. And we extend the legs towards the front. Now, inhale to raise arms up. Exhale to fold, but I want you to keep your feet slightly apart and fold. But do not compress the belly, imagining that I have to fold, so I will only go till here. My arms up and I maintain. I would avoid folding more because we have to create space for the baby inside. Yeah, so do not compress, we just stay. Just 2 more deep breaths in this position. 1 more. And then bring your arms down and bring your legs together. So hold the strap and maintain a nice distance, or maintain the space for your belly. That's it. Keeping the spine long, no intention to fold, just sitting into the stick pose that's called as Dandasana. Breathe in, breathe out here. I'm again repeating, we are not going to fold forward. We're going to maintain the spine long, legs straighten, knees are locked. She's not bending the knees. Two more. One more. With the next breath, I would ask her to release and just simply bend her right knee and attach the right sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. She will again need the strap because I do not want her to fall, and she's just going to wrap the strap around the left foot. Perfect. Perfect. She can slightly bend her elbows, but make sure she's not compressing, which I can see she's not compressing. That's fine. We maintain. Ujjayi breathing. Just 2 more deep breaths here. One more. And then she switch her leg. She's extending the right leg and bending the left knee. So first inhale, extend the arms, lengthen, yeah, get a good stretch, and then fold in a way that you wrap the strap. Perfect. And we stay. Two more deep breaths. One more. All right. With the next breath, she's going to release her strap. Now, it's up to you. You can stay in this position for long. Now we're going to move into the pigeon stretch, which is very important. So I step my right leg to the front. My right leg is 90. I'm going to place a block under the right hip. So I'll first try to modify her, then I sit. Right leg 90, block under the right hip. Perfect. Or you can put the hand towel, folded hand towel under the right hip. Now, She can put her elbows on the block, but wait Meenakshi, I'm going to give you another block as well. So yes, put the elbows on the block so that she has enough space for her belly, and belly is not compressed with the leg or with the mat. Yes, and she just maintain this position. We're going to stay here for 8 deep breaths. Stay connected with the breath. Ujjayi breathing. So again, important thing in this pose, if you think that the belly is touched with the leg, it's not touched. She has a lot of space between the belly and the mat. For example, she is this way and her block is here, and she is simply putting her elbows on the block. So if you notice, I don't have belly, but even if I have, it is not going to touch the mat. Just 4 more deep breaths. Three more. 2 more. 1 more. And then we are slowly going to take our time to switch the legs, so not in a hurry, so do not rush. Yes, take your time. So you can shift the leg, you can shift the block. So if you do not have block, as I said, you can put the folded hand towels. So her left leg goes front. Yeah. Block under the left hip. Perfect. Squaring her hips nicely. Yeah. Placing the elbows on the block. Now from here you will get the correct picture. See, with the belly also there is lot of space between the belly and the mat. So this is the ideal position that you need to maintain. Do not stick the belly closer to the mat. Let there be gap. Perfect. Just 8 more deep breaths. 7 more. 6 more. 5 more. 4 last. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And then we slowly take our time to release the position. Alright, so I want you to stay in the same position that you are in. You are into this position. Just remove the block. And so your right knee is bending, your left leg is extended. Now place the block closer to your left leg. Yes. Left palm on the block. Lift the right rib cage. Lift the right arm over. So it is not important that you touch the toe. It is important that you lift the right rib cage. Perfect. So with the baby, avoid reaching out to the toe. Stay in the same position, because your aim should be to create space for the baby inside, and this is nicely created when you get yourself the sideways stretch. This is a stretch which you need to do every day. Just 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 last. And then we come up. And we are going to switch the leg. So her left knee is bending, right leg extended. Block closer to the right leg. Right palm on the block. Lift the left rib cage. Left arm reaches over. Yeah. Perfect. Just 5 more deep breaths here. Two more. 1 last. And then we slowly release ourselves from the pose. Now from here, I want her to simply lay down on her back. So her back on the mat, take her time. So, alright, head here, legs there. We are going to move into the bridge pose. So take your time first, lay down on your back. Bending the knees, feet closer to the hips. And she's going to lift her hips high. Perfect. We're going to stay in this position. So I have blocks in the studio, but you would not be having blocks at home. If then you can put the books, as I said, we have books of this size, you can keep the books. If you have blocks, then I would ask her to remove her hands, place the block, and then rest her sit bones over the block. Or if you have bolster, just put the bolster under the hips like this. So her head should be down, her shoulder needs to be down, her hips nicely resting over the block or the bolster. Alright, so we're going to modify it. I'm going to ask her to lift one leg up. And lift another leg up. Perfect. Legs can be little apart, hip distant apart. Relax. Just 3 deep breaths here. So as I said, you can have bolster under the hips. It is very relaxing to your lower back. And make sure you're not looking to the sides. If you look to the side, it creates pressure on your neck, your cervical spine, so avoid doing that. Just 2 more. 1 more. And then from there, bend your knees, slowly bring your feet down on the mat, one by one. And lift the hips high and slowly remove the block or the bolster from the hips. So her knees are bending. Let her arms stay to the side in T-shape parallel to the floor. Drop your knees to the right and look to the left. Use your right hand to pull the left knee down. And then slowly turn your knees to the left and turn your head to the right, and use your left hand to pull the right knee down and relax. breath, you turn on to the left side. Stay, relax, keep your eyes closed. Her left elbow down, left ear resting on the left elbow. Put your right hand on the belly to stay connected with the baby. Yes. Let your eyes stay closed, relax. Find some positive affirmation, some positive thought in your mind to stay connected with the baby and give all the positive vibes to the baby. Next breath, open your eyes, press your right palm on the mat and lift yourself up. Take your time. Come to the seated position. Let your eyes stay closed and just grab 2 deep breaths. Stay connected with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. My hands near the heart center. Thank you very much everyone for joining us, and thank you Meenakshi. I really had a lovely time. Thank you.